Y'all, we are really in trouble with Donald Trump, aka Adolf Hitler reborn, in office. So I know that y'all are waiting on me to talk about polls and basketball wives, but in this moment, that shit's just gonna have to wait. The last 2 days, my spirit has been very uneasy, and I spent a large part of today just laying in bed crying as I read article after article. And about 2 minutes ago, I just saw this last CNN article. I'll put the link in the description box, that just brought me to tears and moved me to do this video, when they're talking about the inhumane treatment of these people who are being rounded up by ICE and put into these border control camps, so on and so forth. I don't claim to know everything about history, but whenever we look at movies about slavery and documentaries, it's always about slaves being on plantations and the plantation owners living in the big house and being rich. So I always wondered, if it was the rich people who owned slaves, then what were the average white people doing at that time? Because, you know, we never hear the story of the average white person owning slaves. And so I was like, what were these people doing? And I know that all white people didn't agree with slavery, despite the fact as a collective they benefited from it. But what was the average, I don't know, librarian, school teacher, locksmith doing while slavery was going on? And today I got my answer. I imagine that they were doing the exact same thing that we as Americans are doing right now, while this man is treating these people the way that he's treating them, which is absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because we read the Facebook articles, we know that it's going on, and I just wonder, is it human nature to, you know, be like out of sight, out of mind? Or is it human nature that if something doesn't directly impact you, that you just go on with your life? Like, we are honestly driving our children to soccer practice and going to Starbucks in the morning and going to work as if this shit is not happening. You know what I'm saying? And I draw a lot of parallels between what the general public is doing and what we were doing in slavery. And honestly and truthfully, between what Donald Trump is doing and some of what Adolf Hitler was doing with the Jews. And I'm not talking about, you know, nugget for nugget, bullet point for bullet point. But guys, right up under our nose, this man is targeting certain people, and he is putting them in border control camps. And I'm calling them concentration camps because that is what they are. The news is steadily reporting that these Border Patrol facilities were designed to hold 200 people, and they've got hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people in these facilities. That these people are not being fed properly. These children are being separated from their families. They're being mistreated. There's been an influenza outbreak. They also said, this last woman on the article that I want to put in the description box, says that they went to visit one of the camps, that the babies are not being cared for, they're in dirty onesies, that the patrol guards are going to the 9 and 10-year-old kids and saying, who wants to watch after this little boy? She said that one little boy didn't have no pamper on. She asked the 9-year-old, why doesn't he have on a pamper? The 9-year-old responded, oh, because he doesn't need one. And then the child commits to pee right there in front of the woman. Yo, that shit broke my heart. It broke my heart. And what breaks my heart even more is the resistance and the oh well but attitude that a lot of people seem to be conveying. What perplexed me most was somebody got on my Instagram page, a fake account. I'm assuming the person was white. I don't know. And was like, how dare you compare this to Hitler? That was the genocide of an entire race, and he gas chambered people and he killed people. Well, what do y'all think is going on? Like, honestly, okay, there was a gas chamber during Nazi Germany, and it's fucking sit here in your feces and die of influenza in 2019. Different method, same principle, runs in the same vein. And then, a black person got on and was like, slavery was different. Slavery, these people were brought over here involuntarily. These people were trying to come over here. And another black person jumped in the comments and said, they are immigrants. They need to wait to come into this country the fair way. And it's not fair that they jump in front of people who are trying to do it the legal way. And I 100% agree. It isn't fair. It ain't right. They should come over the legal way. And every other rebuttal that people have out there that's legitimate, it still does not take away from the fact that human beings are being treated the way they are being treated. And then somebody else jumped in the comments and said, black folks, we the most forgiving people. We always so quick to jump and want to protect everybody else, and we don't want to protect ourselves. And we don't want to look out for one another. And then somebody else jumped in and was like, what about the homeless here in America and the vets? And what about our own? And I agree, but I still think that there is room for us to have compassion for all of these people across all of these different reasons, across all of these different issues at the same damn time. There's room for me to have compassion for the homeless, the vets, the poor, and these people who are being treated the way they're being treated. Again, I urge anybody that's sounding my voice to not conflate issues. Them coming over here illegally is one issue. It's wrong, it ain't right, they shouldn't do it, so on and so forth. On the flip side of things, we shouldn't be treating these people the way we're treating them. And the question, and I got so many questions, right? Like, I don't know what rock I've been hiding up under, but I never heard of ICE up until now. Like these Donald Trump times. I guess, again, one of those things, it didn't affect me. I was ignorant to the fact. Is ICE hiring? Like, because it seemed like now all of a sudden ICE got all this work to do. So is ICE hiring? How do you get a job with ICE? And I know it's unfortunate. I'm not going to blame all of the ICE officials, because I'm assuming that these people are just doing the best, or some of them are just doing the best they can with what they've got. They've got families to feed. And they've got a limited amount of resources. And I imagine, I'm an ICE worker. They got 2,000 people in this camp. This child is sick. There is no doctor. I'm not a doctor. The only thing I can do is tell this child, go over there and sit in the corner. I get it that people's hands are tied. What I'm not understanding is, why can't we do something? I mean, shit, hell. And I know it's finna sound ignorant and it's not the way the government works, but where the fuck is FEMA? You know what I'm saying? Where's the United Red Cross? I mean, can we get these people some FEMA trailers? Can we get these people some FEMA trailers and some air conditioning and some cots they can sleep on until we can get them back to their country? You know what I'm saying? Where is the where is the Mexican embassy and the U.S. embassy, and why are we not in talks about how we can get these people back to where they come from in exchange for a drop in the price of avocados? I mean, I don't know. I'm not the most politically astute, but I am human and I do have a heart. And I do know that something needs to be done, and swiftly. Like, I don't quite understand or know the process between the House of Representatives and Congress and the Senate. I don't quite remember from civics class how they all tie together. What I do know is that between the Congress, the Senate, and the House of Representatives, them three bodies of government, it's y'all fault that everything in America that's fucked up, it's y'all fault. And y'all need to fix this shit swiftly and expeditiously. This is not right. And I got another comment too. For anybody out there who voted for Donald Trump, I don't understand how you are able to sleep at night and be in continued support of this man, knowing that he is treating other human beings like this. And I got into a heated debate with somebody one time, and I was like, how do you support this man? And they were just talking about his tax policies and his economic proposals and how what he plans to do for the economy is in line with their views and their pocketbook. I said, okay, but I have a problem with somebody who chooses economics over the treatment of people. And then I question, if the people who were being mistreated looked like you, would you be still singing this tune of taxes and economics? And I'm sorry, I have now created in my mind a new parameter, a new criteria that makes you racist. If you are able to choose policy, economic and socioeconomic policy over people, that makes you racist to me. Especially when the people don't look like you. Because I can assure you, if these were white people that Trump was treating like this, and the people that voted for them could relate to the people that were being treated like this, they would be singing a different tune. Again, in closing, for all of those yeah, but, and folks out there, they're illegal and they shouldn't have did it and this what they get, I get all of that. But these folks are dying. And at what point do we put race aside? Do we put political affiliation aside and we just look at all of humanity as human? Somebody tell me what to do. It's like, on one token, I'm condemning us as people because, we're standing by letting this happen. But on the other side of things, I think many of us, our hands are tied. I pride myself on being very smart. I don't know what to do. Yes, I'm spreading awareness and I'm venting on camera and I'm pouring out my heart. I really don't know what this is doing. Somebody tell us what we need to do. And give me something more tangible than call my local senator and call Maxine Waters, because apparently Auntie Maxine ass ain't getting it done either. I mean, something has got to be done, y'all. Let's start a conversation, and anybody out there who has some resources, please let me know. I mean, they even said, at a minimum, I'm down to donate some money or buy a crate of apples to send to the people. They said that you can't even volunteer. You can't even send no food and stuff to the people. Like, I'm not even understanding why you won't even allow, why they, them, the government, Trump, whomever's in charge, won't even allow us to support the people by sending damn donations. I mean, bitch, I got some of Isaac's old onesies and clothes around here I would love to box up and send to the people. The corporations want to send to the people. Like I said, I get the fact that these people came over here wrong, and for lack of a better term, we need to send their ass the fuck back where they came from. Okay, fine. But in the meantime, in between time, while we're processing these people, can we at least treat them like humans with dignity and respect? Can we stop separating children from families? Can we feed people and give them toothbrushes and blankets and get these people up off the floor? Like, can we? And to these foreign countries, I get that it's bad, and maybe the message that Trump is trying to send is that it's bad over there for y'all ass and it's bad over here too. I don't know if the people across the Mexican border got the internet and they can get funky not even on the YouTube, but abort mission, like y'all might want to, y'all might want to reroute y'all ass to the nearest port and see if y'all can float on over to damn Europe somewhere, because right now, I don't think it's any safer for y'all to migrate over here than it is for y'all to try to migrate somewhere else. And the other thing that I don't like, it's one thing to get these people coming across the border. It's another thing to be on an active search for these people. And for those of you guys who are so out of touch, just think about it this way. As a parent, it is your moral duty and obligation to try to provide the best life possible you can for your children. And I agree, these people should try to get over here legally. But they're leaving their countries for a reason. You know what I'm saying? They're leaving for a political asylum. Some of these people are over here on work visas that have expired. And these people are searching these people out. They're setting up checkpoints and police stops and all this different stuff, trying to get these people caught up. I just read an article on Facebook. I'm going to put this one in the description box too. That a white judge in Massachusetts has been indicted because she was dealing with a man on a criminal case, and she had been made aware that an ICE officer was in the courtroom in plain clothes. So basically she and one of the workers, a clerk or the recorder, basically led the people, you know, staged the coup and was like, you know, he needs to go downstairs and get some of his private property. And she had the court reporter lead the man and his attorney out of the back door of the courthouse. Because, you know, her feeling was, you know, his immigration status and what he's in my courtroom for are two different issues. You're not about to get him jammed up on my watch. And I commend this woman for this. And she's probably going to get disbarred and lose her career, so on and so forth. But, you know, God got something better in store for her. Y'all, my heart was heavy. I feel slightly better that I got this out. But let's start a conversation and let's talk about it. And y'all, you know, can we please refrain from the whole, you know, turning into a race war and turning it into, you know, black people, we got our own issues and Hispanics don't like us anyway. I mean, fine, well, let's table that conversation for another day. And let's just try to have a healthy conversation on the human level about how humans are being treated. I think if we can begin to see one another as human first and everything else secondary, that the world really will and can be a better place. That's all I got, y'all. Ain't got no more. And I'll call you later. Bye.